Hello and welcome to Racers Now. In this video, we've got a special guest who is the big boss at Syndicate Ursa Major Racing. We've got Craig on the line. He's got plenty of runners this weekend for the Go North finals at Musselburgh, Kelso and Carlisle. SD has got a share in a horse with Ursa Major. So this is the Ursa Major show for the next 15 or so minutes. Craig, how are you?
Yeah, really good. Thank you. Just back from Newcastle. Not the best night up there, but we move on. Exciting weekend ahead.
Yeah, so how many runners have you got lined up this weekend? Obviously, final decks at Carlisle to come, but yeah, busy weekend.
Yeah, so we're going to have five runners in the finals. Two at Musselburgh tomorrow, one at Kelso, and then two at Carlisle. So a busy week for us.
Supporting Northern Racing. Are you guys are more Northern based, yeah, with your trainers and your owners?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, majority is Northern based. We did have a horse down south, but to be honest, it's really taken off up north. But down south, we've never really got a lot of traction. So
Yeah.
Stick to what we know up north, and like you say, we're doing really well. So,
So
Well, there's tossers down south, isn't it? You know, the ones who team it off the top. We couldn't possibly name who they are. They could be named after training establishments or something like that. But I can say you can't. I think the advantage, of course, with Ursa Major Racing is that we look at these micro shares where they're taking 30 grand out of a horse. And of course, Ursa doesn't do that, does it, Craig?
No, like I say, I'm not going to comment on other people. We just stick in our lane, do what we do best, and we've got a great support, and yeah, lot of good traction, loads of loyal owners, and the quality of horse is starting to get better, and we've got some good chances in these finals. So yeah, onwards and upwards for us, really.
So for those that don't know, like me, the detail, what's the backstory then for Ursa Major? How long you been going? How many horses, syndicates? How many trainers, etc.?
Yeah, so a backstory was basically a couple of us had a horse, shares in a horse with Mark Walford. One first time out actually at Doncaster 6 years ago on Saturday coming, the start of the flat season. It won the amateur race, 1 mile 4. It was a horse called Cape Hideaway. And it kind of started from there. We always had a few horses. I was just doing it for free. I was accountant, my previous job. Kind of COVID hit. Everyone had this furlough money, didn't they? That they couldn't go on holiday and stuff like that. We ended up buying 3-4 horses, and they just sold straight away. And kind of from that moment, I thought, yeah, we're going to give this a go and doing something I love now. So it's great. We've got I think we've got 36 horses. We've got 8 trainers on the books at the moment, and flat and jumps, and yeah, really good mix. And like I say, the quality is increasing all of the time, and yeah, that's kind of what we want to do. Not really massively increase the numbers, but if we can keep increasing the quality every year, that'll be where we want to go.
And you've even got SD on board with one of your horses. You must be absolutely mad, Craig.
More than one, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's got a few now, and like I say, he recently, I think he describes it as Britain's greatest race course. He won a share in Ashington, and 3 days later he went and won it at Doncaster on Friday. So that was definitely a good purchase from SD.
And that's running this weekend, yeah. So let's run through what's happening this weekend then, and how many winners you're going to have.
Oh, I would happily take one now off, yeah. But yeah, so obviously we start tomorrow. We've got Puncher's Tawny Phil in the 3 mile final. Obviously £30,000 all of these finals. In competitive handicaps, I do think that he's really overpriced. 2 starts ago, he won by 17 lengths at Newcastle from the front. We ran him to try and beat the handicapper too soon. But he's priced at 25 to 1 tomorrow, and like I say, 2 starts back, he was a facile winner. One of the favourites is You Some Girl in the race, and we beat that over course and distance in Musselburgh only a few starts ago. So I think there's a big disparity in prices there, and I think he'll go from the front. Great jumper, should be in a good rhythm, and he's definitely got an each way chance. I was disappointed that the weights went up £7. The top horse and handicaps didn't declare, so he's obviously got 12 stone. It was a hard call whether we claimed off him or not, but he just gets on so well with Jamie, and the pop away so well together that yeah, we decided to roll the dice. And like I say, he could just still be on the upgrade, so hopefully he's still got a few pounds in hand, but he'll definitely need it, because in these handicaps there's always there's always one or two well handicapped that's a kind of come back to form, you know.
It's an odd one to say, isn't it? That Punxsutawney Phil.
Oh, yeah.
I'm tipping against him in the morning, but I can't actually reveal what I'm tipping. I'll tell you when we come off air.
So
I think he's a chance, though. I think 25s is perfectly fair. It might just. I'd just be interested how much water Rory Innes has put on, because
Yeah,
it
well,
can.
hopefully not too much, because both our horses wanted as quick as possible, and it has been 2 really nice days, hasn't it? So it should be quick, and it's quite a fast drying surface, Musselburgh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the visor on for the first time. Like you say, Jamie seems to get on well with him. That
Yeah,
16-length win at Newcastle as well earlier in the season.
Yeah,
And he pissed him. He absolutely pissed him.
Yeah, so like I say, he looks a big price to us, and like I say, we ran him too quickly hunting and simply never went the yard that day. But cheek, like I say, cheek pieces have gone off. We've got the visor on, and you'll see him. He'll wing away from the front, and you'll know your fate after a circuit. How well he's going, I would say.
Yeah, I like it. 25-1 outsider of the field. Any other runners on Friday, or are we moving on to Kelso?
So no, we've got Rest and Be Thankful in the 5 o'clock. Quite an interesting horse again as well, and we think this has got a good each-way chance. The favourite in the race is a Diane Sayers horse. Just remind me what it's called.
To the navigator.
Heart Above is the Diane Sayer horse. Heart Above, but it is 4-1 the field for 12 runners.
So Heart Above, it quite interestingly. Forget Rest and Be Thankful's last 2 runs on soft ground. You just can't go on that. We ran against Heart Above at Musselburgh in November. That beat us by 2 lengths. We've now got an 8-pound swing with that horse. That's 4-1. We 20-1 on that form, back course and distance, and it will be quicker ground. I think. Again, you can make a case for all of them, but Rest and Be Thankful certainly back on quick ground is still a really well handicapped horse, and if he bounces back to it anywhere near his best, he should run well. The
sunshine this week has come at the right time for your boys, by the sounds of it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm tipping against them again. Good God, I'm basically having bets in 2 races tomorrow. I hope I'm wrong for you, Craig.
Well, like I say, it's one of them. You could genuinely make a case for all of them. I do think this 2 mile is the weakest final. I don't think it's got a lot of quality in there. I think horses running here for £30,000. It's kind of like Christmas for them. So, fingers crossed that one of them can win. But very competitive race, and if they both run into the first 4, we'd be delighted.
These finals are great, aren't they? For smaller owners,
They've done well. They have done
for
well.
Northern Jump Racing. I mean, it does sour it a bit. Again, there's certain things you can't say, but I can. But when you've got people like bloody Fergal O'Brien running in them, it does leave a slight. I'm not saying we should ban people south of Birmingham or anything like that, but it's always nice if it goes to a northern horse. And it is really good. I mean, you'll know, Craig, and again, I can slag race courses off, maybe you can't, but when you're running for absolute shit prize money at Wetherby, we'll call them out, or Sedgefield, or somewhere like that, where they're putting very little on. Of course, Britain's most scenic racecourse does very well with prize money. Coming here is a completely different world, and it's great for the owners, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I say, we target our season around this with our jump horses. Like I say, Chasing Out the Blues would have probably come here as well, but like I say, there's just no rain in the forecast, so he went last weekend. But yeah, it's great, and I think they are trying to keep it so your horse has to run 3 times in the north so you can qualify as well. So they are trying to make some steps to try and obviously get people up and racing north. So it's a brilliant series.
Right, we're off to Kelso with the best horse that you've got in training, because SD's got a share in it, Ashington, in the 225 at Kelso. What's the chances of this one? £7 claimer on?
Yeah, like I say, I just have to say this. He's just been an absolute brilliant horse for us. A veteran now at 10 years old. I see that the Racing Post ratings give him a rating of 119 for Doncaster, which is the best run he's done for a couple of years. And yeah, to be honest, he's an easy horse to mark to train. He just has fun with them, takes them on canters around the yard, and through rivers and stuff, and he's just loving life at the moment, and he's absolutely bouncing. He's come out of the race well. I thought Paddy Barlow gave him a superb ride at Doncaster. He keeps the ride, so in theory off 112, and I think he's a little bit better than that mark, and a competitive race, but he'll be bang there. I spoke to Mark, and Mark really thinks he'll be in the first four at least. So I think he's got a really good each way chance.
So what's the story, Esty? You got involved in this horse via an auction at Hexham, and it won 4 days later at Doncaster last Friday.
I think it was 8 days later, but yeah. I mean, it was very similar. The first one I ever bought with Ursa was Eventus Similar. It was absolutely fantastic. How many times did he win last year, Craig?
He won 3 times last year.
He won 3 times last year. He dotted up at Perth, and then unfortunately, he lost his life on the subsequent run from that. But Mark is very, very good at these horses. He's very shrewd, and he keeps them interested. What you will see is longevity out of these horses, whereby some other trainers will run them in the ground a little bit. These keep going, and they give you, of course, great fun, because if you've got a summer horse like Ashington, it is a bit nicer going racing in the summer than getting piss wet through at Newcastle in the middle of winter. You can go to Cartmel and, of course, Britain's most scenic racecourse at Hexham.
Yeah, but like I say, a horse with Ashton as well, he's got that little bit of quality. He won 2 £25,000 handicaps last year.
Exactly. And they're not. He's a good horse.
So it's if you're getting basically all the owners got a free horse for the year, it was all covered by his prize money, which is
really good.
Every horse can do that, you're winning. So
really good.
I just like to say, he's just one of our favourites. He's been with us 4 years now. It took him 2 years to win, although he was winning loads of prize money. He was being second and third in like £30,000 handicaps. He finished fourth at Cheltenham for us, not at the festival, and we had a great day out. He's just given us loads of fun, and obviously he won a £25,000 handicap. I think it was September time at Kelso over course and distance. So
yeah,
that's got that ticked off as well. So there's a lot of positives. And like I say, Paddy, obviously he's inexperienced, but he knows the horse well, and if he copes with the hustle and bustle of this big handicap, I think we'll be doing our best work at the end.
He's a good jockey, Paddy Barlow, and it would just be great if you. I mean, I think ITV's absolutely cack, but it would be great if we got a winner on ITV for a big final, and I think he should run very, very well.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I say, we just talked about my horses, but I'm sure if you had another, if you put everyone on that's got runners, they'll all find an angle for their horse to run well, But yeah.
But he's in form. He's in form, and that's half the battle, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Any others at Kelso Saturday?
Nothing at Kelso, but I'm looking forward to it because it's a really good card, isn't it? So we've got a great day's racing.
So we're off to Carlisle then. What have you potentially got? Obviously, declare Friday morning for Carlisle.
Oh, Glory and Honour, which I have to say, I think it's our best chance of a winner. He actually finished second behind the horse that won at Cheltenham of Lucinders on Boxing Day. Absolutely dotted up.
Myerstown.
Yeah. So obviously we were a little bit disappointed that day that we finished second. We were quite well beat, but obviously we definitely bumped into one that day. He ran really well at Doncaster last time. Bumped into a bit of a Doncaster specialist. Will love quick ground. He wants him to go as fast as possible. I think we're going to go for the 2 miler, but we'll just watch the decks in the morning. But I think Glory and Honour's got a really good chance. And we've got Heretier as well. Now Heretier is the only horse that wanted it bottomless and is not going to get that. He finished second in this race last year.
Well, I remember. Good God, I thought he was going to win.
Yeah, well, he traded very short and running probably at the front too soon, and just idled on the run-in. So, yeah, Heretier is the one that's probably... He's going to take his chance, don't get me wrong. I think we have to. But we would like to see softer ground. But Glory and Honour's been a wonderful horse for us, and Johnny England gets on with them perfect. I think they're a really shrewd team, Sam and Johnny, and he's ready for this day. And I think he's our best chance.
of course, Craig, if we just take Defence Witness out, who's only had one run, how many horses have Ursa had with Sam and Johnny England?
But we've bought 5 together, and every horse has won so far. So
Yeah.
yeah, they're like a great outfit, and you know they come ready one for a big day. And Glory Nonna won a £30,000 handicap at Doncaster back end of last year, and yeah, we think we've got him right, and everything's right for a big run. But again, big field handicap. He's a kind of hold up horse. You know, you need looking, running, and stuff like that. So yeah, he's a very strong traveller. Could be coming down to the last on the bridle, and then you know see how we get up that hill. But yeah, I think he's got an outstanding chance.
There is some rain forecast as well, by the way, at Carlisle. Not a lot, but they might get 4 or 5 mil, which might just help. So, just in terms of the flat, Craig, obviously you've got some decent flat horses as well. You've got Terpinator's still going, isn't he? And
yeah, we've got obviously we've got Glorian on it. It was a fantastic horse with Katie Scott. Yeah, we've got a lot of youngsters to come out as well that we rate. Like I say, a good team there with Michael Dodds, Katie Scott. We've got Ed Bethel on the team now, who's a great up and coming trainer. So yeah, just improving the quality, and I think it's much harder to do on the flat. I think you have to spend a lot more money to do that. But yeah, we're getting there.
But Curious Rover's a case in point. I mean, he took you to Epsom, didn't he? Or is it a she? Is it a she?
Yeah, no, but Epsom Dash.
Epsom on Derby Day.
Yeah, a fantastic day. Like I say, brilliant. He led the Epsom 3-year-old dash to the furlong pole. Ended up finishing 4th or 5th, I think. Yeah, give us a wonderful day out. And no, he's a cracking little horse, and hopefully there's a big handicap in him this year.
Yeah, 5. Would he get 6?
Yeah, very sharp. Yeah, he's a quick horse. He's one of them horses that could do with 4 furlong races like they have in America. He's a champion at them.
Well, the Epsom Dash is the closest you're going to get to a 4 furlong race.
That's the plan.
So he's going to have to. Yeah, he'll have to go up a bit in the handicap, but he'd certainly have a chance in that. And of course, he won on Red Car 2-year-old Trophy Day in the last race. I know because I backed him. Won very, very well there. And Terpinator, I think did it run in the what did it run in last year? Was it the Great St Wilfrid?
That one is Glorious Goodwood, the Terpinator. Yeah, that's now been sold. Actually, Grant bought that back, so we're Terpinator. Just had a few issues, so yeah, couldn't get it on the track. But hopefully, it'll be back out later in the summer for Grant.
Yeah, good. Anything else that you're looking forward to in the next couple of weeks? Runners lined up?
We bought a horse very cheap. We only paid 4,000 for it. The sales called Sonning. That's the one I would have on your shortlist. Yeah.
Well, I've heard a few stories about Sonning, and it being.
Are you spelling that? 2 ends. 2 ends.
2 ends. Yeah. I just think that'll be a horse that we're going to have a hell of a lot of fun with this year.
Now, Craig, I must ask you. I'll ask you a question off there as well. But
yeah,
what the Races Now punters want to know is what is the best handicapped horse that you've got?
Glory and honour.
No, I think
no.
I think probably the best handicapped horse that we've got for the flat season would be a horse called Beltane. I'll stick my neck out and say that horse will win a couple in a row. Probably need its first run, and then I think it'll win a couple on the bounce. A horse that was crying out for a break. I don't think he's had a break for 18 months. It is looking like a completely different horse, and I think that's the one that we really think will.
Katie Scott, isn't it?
No, that's with Mark Walford, Beltane.
Mark Walford, right? Okay. And anyone who wants to join Ursa, you just go onto the website, and there are shares available, aren't there?
Yeah, my telephone number's on all my social media pages as well. So just
and you've now got your own YouTube channel, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got one of my owners, Craig Wilson, set up all that for us. He's done a brilliant job, and yeah, it should be fun.
Good, great. Well, I'm wishing you all the luck this weekend. Thanks for coming on, and yeah, we'll keep an eye. SD, I'm sure we'll pick up another horse with you at some stage. That's the type of thing that he does when he's hooked in. He'll stay in. He'll have 10 horses with you in the next 18 months.
I love your show. Yeah, pleasure to be on, and hope you're both well. And I look
Yes.
forward to the weekend, SD.
Yes,
Great.
I shall see you at Kelso. We'll get you on in the middle of the summer when Curious Rover's about to win the dash. How's that?
Perfect. Anytime,
Sounds
guys.
good. Right.
All right.
Thanks, Craig. Cheers, pal. See ya.
Thank you.
Bye.